We are back at Riverfront Stadium. Side of a doubleheader tonight between the Cards and the Reds. Cardinals lost the first game 14-13. There's the line score. No errors, although there probably could have been one charged on the final play of the game. Nonetheless, Rob Murphy picked up the loss when he came in and walked Hal Morris on 4 straight pitches. The winner was Jeff Reardon, and the Cardinals asked right-hander Bob Tewksbury to come up with a good one in the nightcap. Tewksbury worrying about it anyway. He is looking for his 16th victory of the season. He will face a Cincinnati lineup, but first we will take a look at the Cardinal lineup as Joe Torre has juggled a few things but stays pretty much the same. Here's his lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart. Geronimo Pena will make the start at second base, leading off. Lonnie Macklin start in left field, batting second. Bernard Gilkey back in the lineup again in right field. Todd Zeile, who hit a 3-run home run in the first game, hitting cleanup at third base. Gerald Perry makes a start at first base. Mark Whiten again in center field. Tom Pagnozzi, who closed out the game behind home plate. Trip Cromer, his first big league start. He's at shortstop. It's been a long night. Bob Tewksbury is batting ninth. Here's the defense for the Reds. Howard in left, Brumfield in center, Tim Costo in right. Pretty much the same infield with Sabo, Branson, Samuel, and Morris, with the exception being the catcher Wilson. Larry Lubers, a right-hander, is on the mound. Big, lanky right-hander who has already faced the Cardinals once this season. And Lubers gets set to face the Cardinals in the second game of this doubleheader with a record of 2-3, an ERA of 4.72.
Well, Larry is a native of the Cincinnati area. Grew up 10 minutes from the ballpark on the Kentucky side and went to the University of Kentucky. He is 6'6" and weighs 190 pounds.
There's Trip Cromer, Omar Olivares playing around with the rookie. And there's Ronan in the foreground of your picture and trying to get Cromer ready for this big league start, the first of his career. Maybe we'll see Ronan before the end of the weekend in San Francisco. He is to Tripp's right, your left, and backup catcher. The Cardinals called up from Double-A. There's the defense for Cincinnati, getting set to take on the Cardinals. It's going to be a late night, coming up on 10 till 10 Eastern time. Cardinals and Reds were rained out here on June 4th, and we're making it up here tonight. A game tomorrow night. But we cannot bring that to you because of the ESPN Wednesday night rights, and then we will end up bringing you all 4 from San Francisco. We talked about this during the first game. The Cardinal batting averages in each spot compared to the National League average, and just about all the way through a little better than the NL average.
Only the 8th spot really is a little nosedive, but overall the Cardinals in the upper echelon in batting average in the National League. And in this first game of this doubleheader, they've added to those averages. Unfortunately, they didn't add to their win total.
Geronimo Pena leads it off against Larry Lubers in the first pitch. Good fastball, strike one.
For some reason that fastball looked about 150 miles an hour compared to some of them we saw in the first game.
Geronimo Pena was in the first game as a pinch hitter and bounced into a force out. Ball and a strike. Again, it'll be Pena, then Macklin, then Gilkey for the Cardinals in the first inning. Larry Lubers, one of the young right-handers in the rotation for the Reds these days. 1-1 to Pena. And Geronimo jumps ahead on the count. First start for Pena in quite a while, since he broke his foot in a freak accident during batting practice. But on a short rehab assignment, he's back and he is even with the count, 2-2 now.
On that rehab assignment, Pena did not hit very well, under 200, and towards the end of it, he did pull a hamstring muscle, and he is still not running very well at all.
A couple of home runs this season for Pena, 19 RBIs, the 2-2 pitch, full count. 11 stolen bases for Geronimo. See how the pitching fares in the nightcap of this doubleheader. 3-2 pitch, right back at him, a leadoff walk.
That was one thing that dominated game one, was a lot of bad pitching, the walks were not very good. There were 10 walks in the first game to go along with all the hits.
Lonnie Macklin digs in. First game did provide Lonnie a chance to pick up his first big league hit, and he did. The hit in the 6th inning. So Lonnie 1 out of 4 while at Louisville. Macklin was hitting .277 when they got the call. 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, a check on Pena.
About 36 hits. Excuse me, 13 walks. 36 hit, 13 walks, and a hit batter in the first game.
2-0 the count on Macklin. Well, that's what you saw. You mentioned the bad pitching, and the numbers indicate that, but not only the walks, but the amount of times that pitchers fell behind hitters. Seemingly every at bat. 2-0 the count. Pena at first, and Macklin tests out Branson. Nice play for one, and no chance for the double play. Branson at shortstop got his feet tangled up a little bit, but got the force out at second base. 6-4.
Branson did some nice fielding plays in the first game. So he was going towards center field, and there's where you're talking about getting his feet tangled up a little bit. Does get the force play.
And so Gilkey digs in with 1 on, 1 out. Lonnie Macklin, fellow St. Louisan, on at first. Bernard, .310 with 14 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Greg Jeffries getting the second game off, and why not? He ran himself silly in the first game. Jeffries had 4 hits in that first game, 3 stolen bases. So it's Gilkey batting third in the second game. Now he gets ahead on the count, 2-0.
Lubers is trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Basically is your sinker slider type pitcher.
Gilkey into center field, well hit. Brumfield on the run. Nice play, 2 out. Mentioned it in game 1. He looks like he can handle himself in center field. Got a good jump and made that play look very easy.
Now the key is getting that good jump. And fastball and right down the middle. And he goes back on the ball, reaches up to the last second, hauls it in. Just to throw back to the infield.
That'll bring in Zeal, .287 hitter. Hit a home run in the first game, giving him 13, has 87 RBIs. Strike 1. Runner at first, 2 out. First half inning, and Macklin is running. Wilson, too late. First stolen base for Lonnie Macklin. Runner at second, 2 out as Lonnie Macklin steals his first.
Lonnie not the swiftest of runners, but here he gets underneath the high throw for the first stole base of his brief major league career.
Matter of hours.
Well, I was going to say 1 day, but hours is more accurate.
1-1 on Zeal. A hit would give the Cards a first inning lead. 2-1 on deck is Gerald Perry making a start tonight.
In the first game, the Reds and Cardinals combined to use 15 pitchers, a new major league record for a 9-inning game. St. Louis tied a major league record by using 8 pitchers. What part of history?
And the Cardinal Television Network set a record by using 18 local breaks. A modern television record. Congratulations. Here comes a 3-1 pitch to Zeal. Runner at second, 2 out. And again, looks like they're pitching around Zeal. It's up to Perry. Darryl Perry making a start. He has an RBI opportunity in the first inning. Lonnie Macklin, the runner at second. Zeal on at first, and 2 out. 2 walks in the inning. Perry, 295. Most of that done as a pinch hitter. 2 on, 2 out. Up the middle. Going to be tough to score. Macklin. Brumfield has a good arm, and they hold him. And it's a good thing they did. It is a very good thing that Bucky Dent put on the brakes. Macklin would have been out by plenty.
Ball shot up in here, and a good jump by the center fielder comes in. Look at the low trajectory throw, and Macklin would have been out. Comes in, charges, even took a moment to look and see where the runner is. And once you get over that mound, that's the key. You throw that ball on the mound, then it takes a long time and some errant throws. You get it over the mound, you'll have true hops.
So it's up to Whiten, bases loaded, 2 out. Runner on at third is Lonnie Macklin. Second base is Zeal, and on at first with the first Cardinal hit of the night. The second game is Perry. Whiten, 248 with 75 ribbies. Now he's ahead on the count, 2-0. And Don Gullett, the pitching coach for the Reds, will trot out and talk to Lubers.
Hey, kid, we just went through it. The whole pitching staff in game 1. We need a few innings from you. Don't be falling behind, and don't be walking anybody.
Still no damage done in this game starting out. It's really the first game did on the Reds side. Reds had 4 hits in the first inning, got only 1 run, loaded the bases with 1 out in the second inning, didn't score. Whiten ahead on the count here, 2-0. Bases loaded, 2 out. 2-0 pitch to Whiten. That is a smash into left center field, way back, and a grand slam. Mark Whiten, it's 4-0 St. Louis. The 4th grand slam of the year by the Cardinals.
Home runs, 79 RBIs for big Mark Whiten, and more importantly, I guess you can say the first game defeat hasn't really shaken the Cardinals. They have come out swinging, and right off the end of the bat, but still he drives the ball over the left center field wall. It's been a while since Mark has hit one over the boards, and he couldn't do it at a better time tonight.
I wish he was strong. He's about as strong a player in the big leagues as there is. Little opposite field poke in the power alley. He got it out. Now Pagnazzi in the air to left, and that should end the first half inning. It does, as Thomas Howard pulls it in, but Cardinals get 4 runs on only 2 hits. Bob Tewksbury has a 4-0 lead. Into the bottom of the first inning on a grand slam by Mark Whiten. The Cardinals lead 4-0. Here's the lineup for the Reds, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart. Thomas Howard in left field, Jacob Brumfield in center, Al Morris at first base, Chris Sabo the cleanup man, Tim Costo in right, Juan Samuel is the second baseman, Dan Wilson the catcher, Jeff Branson at shortstop, and Larry Lubers, who's already given up a grand slam, is batting ninth. The numbers for Bob Tewksbury: 15-8, an ERA of 3.78.
He's pitched over 190 innings, walked only 17, 83 strikeouts to lead the ball club, and Tewksbury, with a victory here tonight, would tie his career high.
Take a look at the home run swing by Whiten, an opposite field poke, and this ball left in the power alley.
Wow. Nice to get his arms extended. He did.
Howard fouls the first pitch out of play, strike 1. Thomas Howard entered the first game midway through, had a double, pinch hit double, a walk, and then later grounded out. Ball and a strike on Howard leading off. Brumfield and Morris to follow. Strike 2. Thomas Howard, as you can see, is pretty talented switch hitter. This is a guy that they picked up from the Indians for Randy Milligan. And now this might turn out to be a nice pickup for the Reds. A guy that could be somewhat of a utility player, maybe that fourth outfielder on the team when everybody gets healthy again. Still rather young, in his late 20s. Switch hitter.
Well, he's shown that he can hit the ball a little bit and can be a very valuable addition to this Reds team. They usually don't have trouble finding hitters, do they?
No. Full count on Howard leading off, and Tewksbury. He wouldn't walk the leadoff man, would he?
It's almost past his bedtime, isn't it?
When was the last time Tewksbury walked the leadoff hitter of the game? That's the kind of night it's been.
Well, that really is rare. Very rare when he ever walks the leadoff man in an inning. But to do the leadoff man of a game, well, that's the first time I can remember ever seeing it in Tewksbury's Cardinal career.
So Howard at first, nobody out, and the batter is Jacob Brumfield. 270 hitter. In the first game, Brumfield had 3 hits and a walk. To third, fair ball, extra bases. Howard will move to third. Macklin digs it out of the corner. It's a double, and it's second and third, nobody out.
Bob Tewksbury has given up more hits than any pitcher in the National League. 128 hits and 190 innings. Here's the slow breaking ball, and just pulled inside the third base bag down in the left field corner. It was off the railing there, and Macklin cuts it off. Runners at second and third, and now you start getting into the dangerous part of the Reds order. Joe, don't worry about it. We'll be here a few hours.
Morris down the line, but that's going to slice foul. That's what you see him do a lot. See him, he'll take a pitch the other way because he's diving out over the plate. I think naturally he's looking to go the other way, and if you give him the ball over the outside part of the plate, he'll try to push it down the left side. They play Morris pretty much straight away. Ball and a strike. Cardinals with a grand slam in the first inning from Whiten. Tewksbury's given up a walk and a double.
That grand slam by Whiten was the second of his career and the first in the National League.
Into center field. That'll get a run home. And Brumfield will stay at second. Tagging and scoring is Thomas Howard, and it's 4-1. With that, we'll pause 15 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Cardinal Television Network. Cardinals, bottom of the first inning after the Cardinals lost the first game 14-13. Sabo, runner trying to steal third. Pagnozzi, throw is low into left field, and to score is Brumfield, and it's 4-2. And that's got to be an error. Shield tried to short hop it, and the first error of the night, period.
So given a stolen base here, and you see Pags throwing it down, and Todd just going after it. Ball goes short, hops him over his glove and into left field. And the runner comes around to score. Third error of the season by Pagnozzi.
And the bases are empty for Sabo. 1 out. The 1-1 pitch into center field. Whiten there. 2 out. Like
what he's seen in the first game. like what he's seen in the bottom of this first inning.
Same could be said for that man.
All right, he can't like what he saw in the first game, and he can't like what he's seen in the top of the first inning.
You're getting like Leslie Nielsen. Into right, foul ball, and out of play. Off the bat of Tim Costo, strike one.
Costo, what is he, 9 for? What was that?
9 out of 15.
9 to 12, or is it 9 out of 12? I think, isn't it? He went 3 for 3. Or 9 out of 15.
Right, 9 out of 15. Came in 6 out of 12 against Cardinal pitching, and in the first game, 3 hits. He loves to face Cardinal pitching. Overall, hitting .290. It's like the Reds have come up with another good player.
He came into the first game hitting .254.
0-2 the count.
Yeah, Bob Tewksbury is 6-3 in his career against the Reds, but 1-2 this year with an ERA over 9.
Up and in, gets Costo off the plate a little bit. Ball one. It's getting near Bob Tewksbury's son's Griffin's bedtime. I'm sure he's staying up for this one. Pena throws out Costo. A long first inning is complete. 4-2 Cardinals. Second inning, 4-2 St. Louis, and a grand slam by Mark Whiten. Trip Cromer leads it off. He's 0 for 1 in the big leagues. Grounded out in the first game. And a third for Sabo. Going to be tough. Got it. Or he can play third. He doesn't have an arm that'll knock you over when you see it, but he is accurate, and he gets rid of it in a hurry.
Cromer, you see how wide he stands, trying to keep him just from reaching out too far in front. Now look at this play by Sabo. Over the head, flat-footed once again, and he throws out his man.
Here's Tewksbury. I'm hitting .210. He worked in his pool over the offseason, swinging the bat underwater, trying to work on his hand speed. Not really for hitting, but it ended up helping his hitting. Did it to really work on his wrists and his hands for pitching more than hitting, but it's turned out to make the difference, and he is 13 out of 62. And he draws a walk. A 1-out walk.
Looking at the numbers by Luber, he has now walked 23 while striking out 21. That's 23 walks and 49 innings pitched. That's more walks than Tewksbury's had all year.
Batter is Pena. Geronimo walked his first time. Pena trying to prove that he's healthy. Making his first start since coming off the disabled list. Couldn't catch up. 0-2. Geronimo has hit a couple home runs this season, including one in the first week. The power hasn't been there, but really he hasn't had a chance to play on a consistent basis. Got away. Ball one. Cromer led off. He grounded to third. Tewksbury drew a walk. And now it's Pena. 1-2 by Lubers. Did he go? They appeal to third, and no, says Harry Wendelstedt. 2-2. field, giving Pena the left center field alley. Geronimo just trying to get aboard. The 2-2 pitch. Into center. Jacob Brumfield. 2 out. So the batter will be Lonnie Macklin. Macklin reached on a force out his first time, stole second, and scored on the grand slam by Whiten. He's 1 out of 5 since joining the team, and there's a runner at first, Tewksbury, 2 out. Lonnie Macklin, spring training, and in years past wore number 51, or a number of Willie McGee, but that is now occupied by Lee Guterman. So he's number 55. Not a very good outfield number. And have to earn a lower number. He's in on the count here, 2-0. Larry Lubers works at home.
Lubers was the 8th draft choice of the Reds in the June 1990 free agent draft.
And Macklin pulls it foul past Jack Hubbard and past first base. Lonnie Macklin with a 2-2 count now. The crowd has actually thinned out a little bit since the middle of that first game.
I told you they were going to come and leave.
The 2-2 by Lubers. Tewksbury at first, and Macklin strikes out. First strikeout for Lubers. That'll do it for the top of the second inning. Runner left, 4-2 Cardinals. On Sunday, October 3rd, the Cardinals play the Phillies, and it's Fan Appreciation Day at the ballpark. All paying fans attending that game receive a free reserve seat gift card, good for any game in 1994. It's except opening day and Fan Appreciation Day, October 3rd, Cards and Phillies. Leading it off is Juan Samuel. 4-2 Cardinals, and Sammy looks at a strike.
Sammy had 4 RBIs in the first game, including a 3-run home run.
Way out in front, strike 2. An RBI double included in that in the 7th inning. Just as Tewksbury is about to work at home, time granted to Samuel. Wilson and Branson to follow. 0-2 pitch by Tewksbury, just outside. I'd like to thank Al Broughton for his fine work, updating all these averages after the first game. Right back to Tewks, had him played perfectly, 1-0. This program is authorized under television rights granted by the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated, solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated is strictly prohibited. Leadoff man retired in the line drive, and the batter is the rookie catcher Dan Wilson. He flies one to center, and he's the second out in the second inning. Whiten pulls it in. And Tewksbury, after allowing a walk and a double, seeing 2 runs cross home plate for the Reds, settling down here in the second inning, and deals with the number 8 hitter, Jeff Branson. Branson hitting .258. That should strike 1 from Tewksbury. 3 home runs for this shortstop. 18 RBIs. 0-2. If Branson keeps getting going, the pitcher would bat, but Tewksbury has Branson set up at 0-2. Tewks looking for his first strikeout. Won't get it with that pitch. Cardinals in the 3rd will have Gilkey, Zeal, and Perry. Cardinals lead on a first inning grand slam by Whiten. Into left field, and that's a base hit. Second hit of the night for the Reds, and that will get the pitcher Lubers out of the way here in the second inning.
Always nice to get that 8th hitter up so you can have the pitcher leading off. But
show the replay on the board here, Alan. Branson didn't know that that ball had dropped in for a hit. He hit the ball. He took a couple of steps and stopped, and then ended up getting down to first base and keeps the inning going for Lubers. Larry has had 15 at bats and 4 hits, hitting .267. And Trip Cromer gets the high hop, throws him out. And that'll do it for the Reds in the second. After 2 here at Riverfront, game number 2. Cardinals lead Cincinnati 4-2. Into the third inning, 4-2 St. Louis on a grand slam by Mark Whiten. And let's talk about SeaWorld of Florida. In Orlando, remember, not only is summer the favorite time of baseball fans, favorite time for good old Mother Nature. For details, call 407-363-2571. Stop by SeaWorld. You saw SeaWorld out in San Diego.
Yes, I did, but that's a Florida promotion there, so I can't tell you what a magnificent time I had, and seeing those animal acts and what a beautiful park that is.
What about the one in Cleveland?
That's a circus. No. Hey, Cleveland's is a neat town. You ever been there?
I have.
As long as you stay away from Municipal Stadium.
A lot of fans have been doing that. The 1-0 pitch to Gilkey. The third for Sabo. All the way. They're building a new ballpark in Cleveland, and they're excited. They've got a good young team, the Indians do, and they're putting together that new ballpark. And done something there that I think is kind of trend-setting in baseball. They've locked up a lot of their younger players with multi-year contracts. Fans know that they're going to be seeing a Baerga or some of the other talent there, Sandy Alomar.
Well, the only thing
quite a while.
The only thing is, though, is they've locked up a lot of those players after 1 year, assuming they're going to have 3 or 4 more really good seasons.
Another example of that would be Cardinal outfielder Mark Whiten. He signed one of those deals, and he is already signed through next year. 1-1 pitch to Zeal is down and in, 2-1.
Another example of that is Otto playing with Pittsburgh. He's got making $500,000 this year and $1 million next year, and they drafted him as a AAA pitcher, not knowing that.
2-2 the count on Zeal.
So it can work both ways.
Sure can. After Zeal, the batter will be Perry, 1 out. Into right field. Tim Costo right there. 2 away. So Lubers having his best inning so far. He's retired the first 2. Batter will beat Gerald Perry, who singled, kept the inning going for the eventual grand slam off the bat of Whiten in the first.
Oakland and Toronto were tied in the bottom of the 9th inning at 6-all, while the Yankees are leading 2-0 at Texas.
1-0 the count on Perry. Hitting .304 now with that first inning single, and he looks at a strike. Larry Lubers in the third inning, trying to have a 1-2-3 frame. What a swing by Perry. Strike 2. Goodness, look at this cut.
Gerald Perry is saying, okay, I'm going to get a pitch and I'm going to knock it out of the stadium, and swings through it.
A little high, 2-2.
Up on the scoreboard, they're showing that Gerald Perry is the nephew of former Major League first baseman Dan Dreesen. played many years here for the Reds in his 15-year playing career.
There you have it. And the Cardinals.
Yep.
For the tail end in '87. Filled in for the injured Jack Clark. 3-2 pitch to Perry. Got it. Second strikeout for Lubers in his first 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the third inning rolls around. Top of the order coming up for the Reds. Cards lead 4-2. Into the bottom of the third inning, 4-2 St. Louis, and Thomas Howard leads it off. Thomas drew a walk his first time. Hitting .302, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs is the Cincinnati outfielder. 1-0 pitch. Got him on the fly ball to center. Whiten, 1 away. On Saturday, October 2nd, the Cards will meet the Phillies, and it's Kellogg's Major League Mascot Day at the ballpark. All fans attending that 1:15 game will meet mascots from other Major League ball clubs, along with Tony the Tiger and Fred Bird. Fred Bird's always there, courtesy of Kellogg's. Kellogg's Major League Mascot Day, October 2nd. The Cards host the Phillies. One of Al Rabaschi's favorite days of the ball.
The favorite day.
The favorite day. Jacob Brumfield looks at ball 1 high.
And after that game, I invite the fans to come over to St. Louis Live, where the Leukemia Society is having a promotion.
What a play by Tewksbury. And he got Brumfield by 8 feet. He got rid of that one in a blink.
Tewksbury almost stumbles coming off this mound so quickly. Pounces on that ball. Got a little more time than he thought, but makes a fine play. Off balance throw and gets his man.
2 out, nobody on for Hal Morris.
Like I thought, both starting pitchers are taking advantage of these tired position players. Their arms are weary. They swung the lumber so many times in the first game.
Hal Morris with an important walk in the 9th inning of game 1 against the left-hander Murphy. That was a big at bat. A failed effort by Rob Murphy.
And Morris came around to score the go-ahead run, the 14th run, the winning run, and that made a loser out of Murphy.
1-1 pitch, dances low. Now Morris is going to be a good one. For many years, he's still his late 20s, 28. So he has a long future ahead of him, you would imagine, here in Cincinnati. 2-1 the count. He's hit 4 home runs, and he takes a pitch outside, ball 3. So Tewksy will walk behind the mound and say, well, we'll get into that trance where he knows how to throw a strike. Tewksbury has already walked 1 in this game. Down the left field line, trouble but foul. Full count. We talked about Hal Morris going the other way. He's dangerous that way.
He stands well off the plate, strides into the ball. To me, Joe, most of the time when you see a batter that stands so far off the plate, they're telling you they want the ball away from him.
You can say the same for Whiten.
Oh, yeah, Whiten. Very much so.
3-2 pitch. Base hit. Pena was turned in an odd angle and couldn't get up at all to grab that ball. A 2-out hit from Lawrence.
You're exactly right. If Pena just would have jumped straight up, he catches this ball easily. But he was turned to the side, and the ball eludes him. He just would have backed up and squared away, squared around to home plate. He catches that ball. The way he was moving over his shoulder, he couldn't get up.
The batter is Sabo, tying run at the plate. Strike 1. Sabo his first time fly to center. Hitting .272 is the Cincinnati third baseman. Sabo in the first game had 3 hits, scored 2 runs, was 3 out of 5. Ball and a strike. Bob Tewksbury working on win number 16. Teammates gave him a 4-0 lead in the first. Reds came back with 2. That's the score now. 4-2, bottom of the third inning. Sabo 2-1 now. Morris gets a look from Bob Tewksbury. Jack Buck will join you for the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Tewksbury trying to get us into the 4th inning right here. 2-1 pitch to Sabo. 2-2. Haven't seen much from Trip Cromer so far. Only one opportunity. Anxious for the folks watching wherever they may be to look at the handwork by Cromer. He can get rid of the ball in a blink, and his teammates were marveling at the kind of ability he has during spring training. 2-2 pitch. Left side for Zeal. Another error for Zeal. Did you see what I saw? Zeal looking up in the lights. Like he shied away from it. Then he made the play, but couldn't get it out of his glove. Take a look.
Well, I was sitting here looking there. You see him kind of cringe, but then he chose to throw it and doesn't have control of it. Simply another error. No disguising it at all.
Second error of the night for the Cardinals, and if I'm not mistaken, that's 28 for Zeal.
It is 28.
So E5 and the inning continues. The batter Costo. Tim 0 for 1 and ahead on the count 1-0. Fastball low, 2-0. No errors in the first game. 2 already here in the nightcap. Cardinals leading 4-2, third inning. 2-0 pitch. And a pitch to Rip, and he fouled it back. Cardinals have the right pitcher going in the second game of a doubleheader. Tewksbury, who works rapidly and who more times than not gives you a lot of innings to work with. After the Cardinals used 8 pitchers in the first game. They need some innings out of Tewksbury. Down the right field line. Is that going to stay fair? Nope. 2-2. Not much foul territory down there, so it's either in the seats or chances are good it's fair.
Joe, there's been some speculation as to Tewksbury and whether he'll be back with the Cardinals. I, for one, when I look at the pitching staff that the Cardinals have, I don't see how they can not have Tewksbury back. You need him to anchor the staff when he's on the field, but more importantly, what a contribution he makes when he's sitting on the bench and helping some of these young pitchers. He's like another coach for Joe Torre and Joe Coleman.
2-2 on Costo. Full count, and the runners will take off with this next pitch. So there's a break for Cincinnati, especially with Hal Morris, the runner at second base. Might give him the advantage he needs to score on a hit. 3-2 the count on Costo. He's hit 3 home runs. Here's the go-ahead run at the plate. Cardinals leading 4-2, and a breaking ball struck him out. Tewksbury pitches around the error. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. Reds have left 2, and after 3, Cardinals lead it 4-2.
Tewksbury looking for number 16. He's got a long way to go in a 4-2 game. Here's that last strike to Costo.
Big breaking ball, and the big right-handed swinger was looking for something else. He fooled him off the off-speed pitch.
Now Mark Whiten now has 79 runs batted in. Hit his 19th home run with 2 out in the first. Base it loaded. Now the pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Remember that grand slam that Dal Maxfield hit up in Montreal, Ferry Park?
Sure do.
They asked him what he remembered about that grand slam. He said, well, as I remember, the bases were loaded at the time.
Went over the fence.
All 3 from Lubers. Lubers in German means low ball. Strike, 3-1. Whiten's home run was his 19th of the year. Popped him up. Foul ball. Sabo. Well, that's 6 in a row retired by this pitcher. What have you observed about this Cincinnati hurler? Anything?
Well, he's got a very live arm. He has a good sinking fastball, pretty good velocity with it, with a slider. And if you're patient, the question is, will he throw you enough strikes? He's already walked 3, but he has settled down.
And he's upstairs with that one to Pagnazzi, who flied to left his first time. Lubers is from this area. Born in Cincinnati, lives in Kentucky. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the 4th inning, 4-2 Cards. That first game over yet?
I'm not sure, Jack. I'm still shell-shocked from it.
14-13. And they didn't give an error on that last play.
No.
I thought that Whiten was going to catch the ball when he first hit it.
Well, I thought he had a good shot at catching it.
I don't think he saw it or something.
Yeah, he must not have saw it. And then you said, okay, it's going to fall in front of him. And with his throwing arm, you know he's at the worst, it was going to still be tied.
Yeah. There's Whiten. The ball bounced by him, and they ruled it. The next look out. They ruled it an extra base hit, and 2 runs batted in. But the pitch from Todd Burns was a terrible pitch right down the middle, right?
Right down the middle, and that's why I was surprised that somehow the ball fooled him, because he's playing center field. It was right down the middle. It's a line drive right to him, but he played it off over towards the right field.
Pagnazzi stays up there with a foul ball. Cardinals playing their 138th game of the year. 24 to go after this one.
Jack, I think there's a few other spots of that game we could pick on, too.
Oh, yeah. The play, here's Pagnazzi dunking one into right. It's going to be caught by Costello. That's 7 in a row by Lubers. The play at the plate where they threw Pena out. That was a big one.
Well, it was apparent that
and
he's
the error,
not running.
the one that they ruled a hit that Zeal kicked in the 8th inning when they scored 3 times. That was a big play. Mr. Cromer was late. Tripp is 0 for 2 with the bat in the big leagues. He has a nice, easy swing, a very wide stance. Hit late again. Strike 2.
2 tall, lanky competitors going out each other. That wide stance is to keep him from getting out over the plate, lunging.
He got blown away. That's the 3rd strikeout for Lubers, who has retired 8 in a row. And the score remains 4-2 Cardinals in the middle of the 4th. We're into the home half of the 4th. Samuel lined back to the pitcher his first time, drove home 4 runs in the first game. Cardinals leading 4-2, bottom of the 4th. And a strike, and they try to get Samuel to hit something other than a fastball. He hit a fastball for a 3-run homer in the first game. Pops it into short left. Macklin is there. And there's the putout.
Jack, that was a fastball there, but the location was up and in. Where the real key was getting the head of his breaking ball on the first pitch. And off of Tewksbury, oftentimes batter will sit there and say he's a breaking ball pitcher, but Tewksbury's throwing, averaging over almost about 70% fastballs this year.
And his fastball has a little zip to it, a little bit more than you think. And he varies the speed of his pitches so well And his fastball appears to be faster than it really is. Here's ball 1 to Wilson. Pagnozzi's doing the catching. There's a strike. This batter, a heck of an athlete at the University of Minnesota. He's a Gopher. Breaking ball low and away. 2-1. Into right field. Chasing Gilkey back for the catch. 2 out. A lot of people thought the University of Minnesota was going to be tough in the Big Ten this year, and they might be in football, but they lost to Penn State in their first engagement of the year. And Wilson from the University of Minnesota. 2 out. Here's Jeff Branson. He's singled a little flare into left field his first time. And he pokes one foul.
Did you enjoy the game last night?
Yeah, well, I was looking forward to it, and it was nice to get back into football again. I was disappointed in the Dallas defense. I was impressed with Washington. They did a lot of things right, and the Super Bowl defending champions have a lot of work to do. You know, it wasn't the absence of Emmitt Smith. It was 4 turnovers and poor defense that lost the game for them. And Dallas is still pretty good with Aikman and Novacek and Michael Irvin. They're still pretty good. They're going to play Buffalo next week. Bouncing ball, Pena. Hey, it's a 1-2-3 inning after 4. Cardinals, after losing 14-13, lead it 4-2. First pitch in the 5th inning is a ball to Bob Tewksbury. The pitcher leads off for each club here in the 5th. Cards on top 4-2. And ball 2. And Al Raboski said it earlier. You got to give this pitcher a chance to pitch himself into trouble. He struck out 3 and walked 3. Walked the pitcher earlier. Wouldn't do it again, would he? 2-1.
He's starting to settle down a little bit now, as he is. Last man to reach against him was Tewksbury on the walk.
There's ball 3. Tewksbury has 13 hits. Hey, Philadelphia lost to the Cubs. Montreal came from behind and beat Colorado. There's ball 4, and as Tewksbury walks, let's look at the standings in the National League East. And I'll ask you again, Al Raboski, do you think Montreal has a chance?
No. I don't like them because of all the youngsters they have.
Well, they're playing pretty good, aren't they?
Well, they definitely are, Jack. And, of course, the same thing you could say is, let's see if they get close, how much pressure is put on Montreal.
Yeah, well, it makes you kick yourself that the Cardinals haven't had a stronger kick down the line. Here's Pena. And he chased a bad ball.
Jack, the Cardinals are 4 games under 500 since the All-Star break.
That's not good.
That's what, you know, so it's not just been the last couple weeks. It's been the whole second half.
Pena has walked and flied out in the dirt, and Tewksbury scoots down to second. A walk and a wild pitch. And a ball and a strike to Pena. Yeah, the Cubs beat the Phillies 5-4. Montreal got 4 runs in the 7th and defeated Colorado 4-3. Winning pitcher Dennis Martinez, number 14, beat Marcus Moore. Whiten got the save, number 35. And a ball. So those Cardinal Montreal games that we have on the schedule at home are going to be important. Seattle, by the way, leading Baltimore 2-0 after 7. Baltimore has that winning streak, and they're right in the American League East picture. What's he doing? And the bunt. So the Cardinals try to get the run home. The only thing about it is that Macklin is the batter, the rookie outfielder. They must have confidence in him being able to make contact and get home that runner from third. There's a chance of a squeeze play, but the Cardinals seldom use it.
Everything went wrong in the first game. Maybe this will be the time for the squeeze play.
Yeah, maybe we can get a cheap run here on a walk, a wild pitch, and a sacrifice. Let's see if Macklin can drive home his first run ever in the big leagues. Took a strike. He was robbed in the first game when he hit one back to the pitcher, who grabbed it with his bare hand for the third out, threw him out. That would have driven home 2 runs. That was one of the key plays of the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. See what Macklin's approach is. He should get out in front and try to pull the ball. Tewksbury at third, 1 out. Ball 2, 2-1. You don't want to walk in this spot. You want to be aggressive. Hit the ball. Try to hit it hard somewhere.
But you can't be too aggressive and go after a pitch that's out of the zone that you can't handle either.
Macklin with a runner at third, 1 out. 3-1.
Lubers throws the ball hard, but that strike zone is elusive to him.
He has walk 4. And that fly ball is going to get the run home. Tewksbury tags and comes scooting home with a cheap run. A walk, a wild pitch, a sacrifice, and a fly ball. Macklin's first run batted in ever in the big leagues. Nice going.
On his first hit in the first game. Joe Torre applauding his efforts here with the sac fly. And the Cardinals now lead 5-2.
That's what I meant on that 3-1 pitch. And he didn't want to walk.
Right.
You knew he was going to come to him.
And he did come to him, eased up a little bit. And Lonnie got the sacrifice fly. First in the big leagues.
2 out in the inning and a ball to Gilkey. So the 4th walk issued by Lubers costs him a run. And it's 5-2 Cardinals. They made 5 runs on 2 hits. 5 runs on 2 hits. And the Cardinals have made 2 errors. And a fly ball into left. Back at the track of the wall, still going, and caught by the left fielder, Thomas Howard. That's the final out in the Cardinal 5th. Gilkey almost had himself something, but the Cards pick up a run and lead 5-2. Pinch hitter to start the home half of the 5th inning against Tukes, who's retired 4 in a row. Some of the folks have left. It's coming up on 11 o'clock here in Ohio, Riverfront Stadium. They didn't have a very big crowd to start with. And some people who weren't even here have left. Right, Al?
That's right.
Here's a strike to Tubbs. This fellow was a pinch runner in the first game. Greg Tubbs.
Jack, a few pitchers didn't show up in the first game either, did they?
Well, that was bad stuff, wasn't it?
15 pitchers were worked in the first game. That set a major league record.
Did it?
And the Cardinals set a major league record with 8 pitchers employed in a 9-inning game.
That was a record? 2 balls and a strike to Tubbs. And a chopper foul, 2-2. They had the pitch count on that. Did you get that? We'll get the pitch count. It was 300 and some.
Oh, really? Oh.
300 and some pitches. Here it's 5-2 in the 5th inning. C.J. Cherry on the bench to lend some moral support to the Cardinal manager.
I thought he was trying to say he could pitch.
C.J. their traveling secretary. 2-2 the count to the leadoff hitter. Batting for the pitcher, Lubers. And a foul out of play.
Mike Anderson, a right-hander, is going to pitch in this ball game.
Where'd he come from?
He was called up today.
Lubers, 5 innings, gave 5 runs and 2 hits. Walked 4, struck out 3. Now it's 3-2. He's not going to walk this fella, is he? with a 3-run lead. Tubbs. Breaking ball, foul ball. Montreal beat Colorado. Cubs beat Philadelphia. Cardinals lost the first game here, 14-13 lead here, 5-2 fifth inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch. And a foul again out of play. Tubbs with a good at bat. Greg Tubbs. You know much about this fella, Al?
No, I do not.
One to the shortstop, Cromer. Little flip for the out. Cromer spent spring training with the Cardinals, and he looks to be not affected by being in the big leagues. He is skinny, isn't he? He's 6'3" and 165 pounds.
Red Chaney's his favorite player. That's about what Red looked like when he was
a
young player.
One out here in the 5th inning. And the batter's Thomas Howard. He hits it back to Tukes. And out at first. Tewksbury can feel the position. Always has had that attribute. That's 6 in a row he's retired. Tewksbury's retired the first 2, and let's see if he can deal with Brumfield. Now this fella likes to bunt the ball. He had 3 hits in the first game. He's had a hit in the nightcap. He stole a base. He scored a run. He's a pain in the neck. Strike 1. And he's played very well in the outfield.
And now that we've seen him play so well in the outfield, we assume he's going to be the second baseman next year.
Yeah, he'd be their second baseman.
Well, Bip Roberts is pretty much determined that he will not be back.
He's making $4 million a year.
$4 million, and he's going to be a free agent. And Sam Well more than likely will not return also.
And a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So who's their new pitcher? Anderson in the 6th?
Mike Anderson, who was at Indianapolis, won 10 games there. Tubbs was at Indianapolis, hit over 300, had 10 home runs.
Indianapolis, the AAA team of Cincinnati. Let's see how they try to get Brumfield here. Breaking ball makes it 2-2. No score in the 2nd. Atlanta at Los Angeles. Pittsburgh leads 1-0 after 1 at San Francisco. Here's another 3-2 count. And leading by the score of 5-2. Tewksbury wants to make sure he makes the batter swing the bat.
Well, Tewksbury could throw any of his pitches over 4 strike. And the easiest one is a fastball.
And another hit. I'll be darned. That guy's like a machine against the Cardinals. I tell you, he's a pain in the neck.
Jack, you know the Reds have always come up with good hitting teams. And just a simple fastball, you want to throw a strike, make him earn his way on, and he does so.
He doesn't try to overpower it, does he?
No.
Takes it the other way. And now Hal Morris is up. Here's a fellow who has the potential for the long ball. He's delivered a run with a fly ball, and he's singled. Brumfield has to be reckoned with his speed. There he goes. And Morris fouls the ball. Out of play. I was wondering why Brumfield was going and why he took the short lead that he had. Turns out it was a hit and run. Hal Morris 0 for 3 in the first game with an RBI and also a run batted in here. Here's a fella hurt his hand when he rushed out to punch a pitcher. He paid the price. He's been out. He was out for about half a year.
That was in spring training too. Jose Mesa of the Cleveland Indians.
Runner at first, 2 out. Strike 2.
I was starting to think, I said, well, how could it be Cleveland? They have spring training in Arizona, but that's right. Cleveland was supposed to move to Homestead because of Hurricane Andrew. They did not settle into their new spring training home that was nearly destroyed. They were in Winter Haven this spring.
0-2 to Morris. Gerald Perry playing first. Al Morris usually goes the other way when he's behind on the count. 0-2 with 2 out. Strike, and the inning will. Tewksbury gets a strikeout, and that's his second in the game. 1 left for the Reds, and they have stranded 4. Cardinals lead 5-2. This fella left the French Foreign Legion to come here in Cincinnati and root for the Reds. But he's seen a few ball games. Only the people who are too tired to get up and go home are here. It's after 11 o'clock here in Cincinnati. We're in the 6th inning, second game, 14-13. Cincinnati won the opener. Here's Mike Anderson pitching for the Reds. Is this his debut, Al?
Yes, it is. His major league debut. He was a 10-game winner, 10-6 ERA, a 3.75 at Indianapolis.
Why didn't we see him in the first game? He must have just got here, huh?
Well, he was recalled today. There's his numbers. In 23 starts, he had 2 complete games and 1 shutout. He is one of 27 Reds players that were not with the Reds prior to this year that are on the roster in 93.
And the pitch inside, 2 balls and a strike, as Todd Zeile leads it off. Anderson misses the strike zone. He's not even on their non-roster roster. Mike Anderson pitching to Zeile, and a walk. Zeile had a couple of walks in the first game. We're going to pause 15 seconds for identification on the Cardinals television network. Todd Zeile being held at first base. Gerald Perry the batter. Swung right through it. He's had a single. He scored a run. He struck out. That was against Lubers. Now Gerald is batting against Mike Anderson. In the 6th inning, 5-2 Cardinals in a light hitting affair. Cardinals have 5 runs on 2 hits. The Reds have 2 runs on 4 hits.
Cardinals have been given 5 walks in this second game.
5 walks and 2 base hits. So that was a record in the first game. 8 pitchers in a 9-inning game, right?
8 for the Cardinals and 15
total.
For both teams.
Yeah, I'll be darned. 0-2 the count.
Jack, there have been 19 walks in the doubleheader.
Runner at first, nobody out. And 1-2 to Perry. Cards could use some more runs in this friendly park. Inside, 2-2. Cubs beat the Phils 5-4, and Montreal rallied to knock off Colorado 4-3. Pittsburgh leads 1-0 in the second at San Francisco, and Atlanta scoreless after 2 at LA. Mets lead Houston 3-2, 10 innings. In the bottom of the 10th. San Diego leads Florida 3-1 after 1. 3-2, and probably Zeile at first will go with the pitch. Gerald Perry avoided that first game. I didn't see anything of him.
No, hard to believe that he didn't pinch hit at some point.
Cardinals had enough runs. There goes the runner, and there's ball 4. So this rookie pitcher has walked the first 2. And that's 6 walks given to the Cardinals, and it brings up Whiten, who had the grand slam in the first. This pitcher, Mike Anderson, is off on the wrong foot. Well, it's tough to get that pulse to slow down and get down to normal.
Well, if you want to stay in the big leagues, you better learn how to throw strikes.
First two have reached. Whiten is 1 for 2. And he corks it into right center. That ball back of the track might go. He has hit another home run. And it is 8-2. And he has driven in 7 of the runs. That's number 19 for him. And it gives him 78 runs batted in.
It's 20. Jack, 20 home runs now. And 82 RBIs. 7 RBIs on the night. A grand slam the first time. Now a 3-run home run here. He goes down and gets this pitch away from him, lifts it over the right field wall.
That's why I used the word friendly ballpark a moment ago. So 2 walks and a 3-run homer. He really didn't hit that ball that well, did he?
No, he really just kind of reached for it.
Golfed it.
Reached for it and just lifted it, popped it out of here.
So it's 8-2 Cardinals and a foul back here.
You and I have seen a lot of games here where this is a hitter's ballpark.
Oh, yeah. On the other hand, we've seen some very good pitchers hold forth in this park, including our pal Bob Gibson. A little bouncer off the plate. Pagnazzi hustles, but he can't get there in time. And he's thrown out by Branson. So Whiten 2 home runs in this game and 7 runs batted in.
Well, they come in bunches for the big man. And been a while, but all of a sudden he's coming up there.
Yeah, 18 home runs. And he has 8 runs batted in. He had a bases loaded walk in the first game.
Right.
So he has 82 runs batted in. So the Cardinal dugout is a little happier. And here's Trip Cromer, 0 for 2 and 0 for 3. Looking for his first big league hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. And ball 2. Cromer grounded to third where Sabo made a good play. Then he struck out. Wide stance. Had a nice easy swing. 2-2.
Well, Tripp had a couple injuries at AAA where at one time when he hurt his ankle, a doctor in Buffalo said he was through for the year. And obviously, the one in Louisville said, well, let's take the cast off and look at it.
And they try to throw another fastball by him, and it's caught. So he's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Now there are 2 out. And Cromer is 0 for 4. Glad to see him hit the fastball. I was wondering if he could catch up to that heat.
Well, we've seen some pitchers in their debuts trouble throwing strikes, and I'm sure on the other side, when you're hitting for the first time, you're got a little more movement in your swing than you normally do also.
Let's watch Cromer's last swing.
His hands are very quiet. Just comes back and hit the ball sharply, but he didn't get the hit.
And a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are 2 out here in the 6th. The Cardinals lead at 8-2. Tewksbury, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's walked twice and he scored a run. He's a good fielding pitcher. Keeps runners close enough. Takes care of himself with the bat. Has 13 hits. Pretty good bunter. So he can help himself in a lot of ways. And he took it low. 2-2. This pitcher is Mike Anderson. This is his first game in the big leagues. And that's ball 3. Tewksbury has already walked twice.
Trying to wear him out on the bases.
And a foul out of play.
Remember the Cardinals had a Mike Anderson?
Yeah, an outfielder.
Outfielder in the 70s.
Yeah.
From South Carolina.
Yeah. don't remember much about him. Big, tall, strong fella, huh?
It's kind of lanky. We got him from Philadelphia.
Yeah, same guy. And a strikeout of Tewksbury to end the inning. 3 runs on 1 hit. You know, the Cardinals have made 8 runs on 3 hits and lead 8-2. When we play the Pirates on Friday the 17th at 7:05, Busch Light Mug Night for the first 35,000, 21 and over. They'll receive a mug bearing the Busch Light and Cardinal logos. September 17th. Chris Sabo. Strike, hard slider from Tewksbury leading 8-2 here in the 6th inning, and Sabo 0 for 2. Curveball breaking into the strike zone, strike 2. Tewksbury on his way to his 16th victory. Fly ball into right on a fastball, and there's Gilkey drifting to it. Makes the catch. You think there have been a lot of pitches here tonight? Here's what happened in the first game where the Cardinals lost in the 9th, 14-13. The Cardinal pitchers, 8 of them made 182 pitches, and the Reds pitchers, 7 of them, 168 pitches, and they set a record.
Well, they used 15 pitchers in the game for
That's
a Major
record
League record
for a 9-inning game.
Cardinals used 8 in the 9-inning game for a single team record. 350 pitches overall. That was in game 1.
Here is Costo battling Tewksbury. Tewksbury does not want to turn this over to the bullpen. Does not. And Costo gets his first hit. Macklin gets the ball back in with 1 out. Cincinnati has out-hit the Cardinals 5-3. Costo used to be a shortstop. Imagine a fellow this size. They're making an outfielder out of him. He gets a full swing, doesn't he? He's strong.
I asked him about how much time has he played in the outfield. He said, since I've been in Cincinnati. They converted him to a first baseman. He was the shortstop at the University of Iowa.
He's from Illinois. Samuel has lined back to the pitcher and flied out to left. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tewksbury is capable of going the distance. He has 1. The Cardinal pitching staff has 3. Roach has 1, Osborne has 1, and Tewksbury has 1.
This is the type of game that usually our starters require theirs.
They missed the double play because Pena couldn't handle it, and he probably should have taken it himself. Cromer should have made that double play himself. It's a fielder's choice 6-4. He was only a step away from the base, but sometimes the second baseman is in your way, but he could have kept Pena out of there.
Yeah, I think that was the case. Since Pena was standing at the bag, he decided to make the little shovel toss, and then Pena couldn't get it out of his glove.
Playing a deep second base, Pena throws out Wilson to end the 6th inning, and the Cardinals still have their 6-run lead. It's 8-2. Cincinnati leaves a man. They have left 5, and the Cardinals will have the top of the order coming up in the 7th.
There's a Bengals fan. They're about ready to take on the Indianapolis Colts, but we're in a Reds game. We go to the 7th inning, and the Cardinals leading Cincinnati 8-2. A lot of room for those kids to play in this ballpark. Not too many fans left for the end of this one. Cardinals up by 6, 7th inning, and Pena leads it off against the right-hander Mike Anderson. The breaking ball is low. Geronimo Pena, the leadoff hitter in tonight's game, the second game. 0 for 1 with a walk and a sacrifice bunt. He's also fly to center. He rips one foul down the right field line. Al Roboski, the 7 RBIs, the most by a Cardinal. 7 RBIs for Whiten tonight with a grand slam and a 3-run homer. The most by a Cardinal since George Hendrick did it in '82, June 29th against the Phillies. Pena looks at a strike, 1-2.
Well, this game isn't over. Whiten's got a chance. pick up a few more.
Pena strikes out to start the 7th inning. Put out will be 2-3 as Wilson fires down to Al Morris, and there's the second big league strikeout for Mike Anderson. Away in the 7th inning, and the batter Lonnie Macklin.
After Anderson walked the first 2 men, and then they came home on the 3-run home run by Whiten. He's retired 4 in a row, including the last 2 via the strikeout.
Now Macklin. Strike 1 to Lonnie.
Anderson, who won 10 games at Louisville, has to be quite familiar with Macklin and vice versa.
Popped him up left side, should be the second out. Sabo, 2 gone.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I read where Louisville defeated Indianapolis last night to win 3rd place in the American Association.
Oh, really?
It had to be a very thrilling bit of information to you. Are they in the Eastern Division?
Yes, they are.
So that's assuming that Omaha and those other clubs are in the West.
You got it. You are dead on. Oklahoma City, they're out there.
Yeah, they're out there.
Strike 1 to Bernie Gilkey, and into left field, a base hit. 2 out knock for Bernard, and that's for Mr. Gilkey, his first hit in 4 at-bats in the second game. First game, Gilkey had 2 hits, so his 3rd hit of the night. Gilkey gives us a smile, and the batter will be Todd Zeile. Zeile has been all over the bases, but only has 1 hit. That was a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning of the first game. He walked 3 times after that in the first game, and he's walked twice in this one. Trying to catch Barry Bonds. And to left field. That was crushed. Another 2-out hit. So Zeile adds to his average, and the batter will be Gerald Perry.
Well, Todd said, I'm not going to wait around for a walk. I'm going to swing at the first pitch. And he hit a rocket. Fastball. Started to tail a little bit inside, and he just turned on it and rifled it in the left.
Well, Perry is up now, and should he reach?
I think we want him to walk so we can bring up Whitten.
He's on deck. First and second, 2 out. Ball 1. A right-hander, Chris Bushing, getting ready for the Reds in their bullpen.
Anderson is due up second in the order, and there is the Cardinals offense tonight.
Ball and a strike on Perry. Gerald with an important hit in the first inning to keep it going for Whitten. Followed with a grand slam. Two out hit by Gilkey, followed by a hit by Zeile, and now Perry. Ahead on the count 2-1, and you might get your wish.
I'm hoping so. I'm sure Davy Johnson's even hoping. He'd like to just see him come up. Why not?
The 2-1 by Anderson. Off the plate and foul, 2-2. Gerald Perry hitting .300. Singled, walked, scored 2 runs. Look at that. The old swing and bunt. And Perry is aboard with a hit. Now Gilkey's trying to score, and he is safe at home plate. Got around the tag, and it's 9-2. What aggressive base running by Gilkey, and he scores. That going to be an RBI hit for Perry?
I don't know. It's all one continuous motion. A little high breaking ball. Jamming breaks his bat. Sabo comes in here. It's a do-or-die play. He misses it. And then it's the do-or-die play at the plate. Gilkey goes around the tag. He's called safe. And then he retraced and reached back and put his hand on home plate. But the umpire had already called him safe. Look at his slide going around. They say he never missed me. He did catch home plate with his foot. Now, if Mark Whitten were to hit a home run here, I'd be mad at Bernie Gilkey.
It's a single and an RBI for Perry officially. A little check swing, almost like a bunt. Whiten with a 1-1 count. That pitch barely missed.
8 RBIs on the day. Only got 1 on a bases loaded walk in the first game. And he's had a pair of home runs, a 3-run homer and a grand slam for 7 RBIs in the second contest.
Come on, Mark. One more time. One more time. First and second, 2 out. Pretty good fastball by Anderson, but he couldn't put it in the strike zone. 2-1. 2-out rally here by the Cardinals. 3 straight hits. 2-1 on Whitten.
Oh!
Into right field. Did he do it again? At the wall. Gone! A 3-run homer for Whitten. And the Cincinnati fans love it. What a night. 3 home runs for Mark Whitten. And a total of 10 RBIs in this game.
21 home runs, 85 RBIs, and Bernie Gilkey, why did you take that one away from him?
Wow.
Fastball down and in. He acts like he has it, but then he wasn't sure. And the outfielder going back on the ball, and that ball hit the nail on the back end of the fence, but it's still another 3-run home run, a 3-home run night. And they're still congratulating him. Look at that, another sweeping swing. He thought he caught it, but it got up in the air and he wasn't sure.
Now Pagnazzi with a base hit. Here, do this with me while we show Mark Whitten.
Should we bow?
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Da-na-na,
That's got to be on Sports Center tonight. It's got to be.
One more time, down and in. Look at him, look up there. And then he starts watching the outfielder. He goes, well, I'm not too sure. Mike Anderson's debut wasn't the way he would like it. Mark did.
Well, he entered the record books. Nothing else. Whitten, what a night. A 3-run home run, another 3-run home run, and a grand slam. A little 10 RBI night. Zeal saying, get off my back on the RBI leadership.
Yeah, it's 85 RBIs now for Mark. And Todd has 87, so he's catching up.
Well, a pitching change as a right-hander. Bushing comes in. Mike Anderson is finished. Mark Whitten isn't. He will get another at-bat before this game is over. Take another look. Enjoy as we go to break. Hey, a local break coming up. 3rd home run of the night for Whitten. Cardinals lead by 10.
He'd like to forget his first.
Oh, that got the home plate umpire right on the chest protector, and his heart skipped a beat.
Randy Marsh
taking a little stroll around home plate.
There you see the numbers. Double-A Chattanooga for Bushing, 61 appearances, 6 wins, 1 loss, 29 saves. But he was roughed up in his first outing at the big league level.
0-2 to Cromer. Ball 1, so Tripp probably saying, hey, this is a Double-A guy. I can get this guy. Cromer lined out to center his last time up, hit the ball rather well. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Cromer hitless tonight. But the story of the night, Mark Whitten. 10 RBIs, 3 home runs. Middle of the 7th inning, Cards lead 12-2. Bottom of the 7th inning, 12-2 Cardinals. Mark Whitten with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Ho-hum. Branson will lead off against Tewksbury. Ball 1. Cardinals have a new third baseman. Stan Royer takes over for Zeal. Zeal leaves the game 1 for 2 and 2 walks. Branson pops up to center. We know he can hit one. Can he catch it? Yes. Whitten is Mr. Everything here tonight.
Jim Bottomley, RBI record for a game. Gentleman Jim Bottomley.
Sonny Jim Bottomley.
Sonny Jim Bottomley. Back in 1912, he had 12 RBIs while playing first base for the St. Louis Cardinals. 1924, I'm sorry, I just read 12 because it was up there. I forgot the date.
Leadoff man is gone, and the batter will be a pinch hitter, Brian Dorsett.
How about Tony Cloninger? The pitcher had 11 RBIs in the game.
Strike over the outside corner to this guy. I always marvel each year how he is not on an opening day roster. Big, strong catcher, good defensive catcher, and a powerful hitter. He's hit a couple of home runs, hitting .271 in limited chances with the Reds.
I can attest to that because I can remember one day you were telling me that. How could this guy not be there?
Base hit into left field. A one-out hit by Dorsett. And the batter will be Thomas Howard. Howard steps in. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Boy, when the word gets out about what Whiten has done here tonight, the Reds aren't going to cringe about it. It's going to be the Indians. How do we give up this guy? Pitch is low from Tewksbury to Howard. Last year, Mark Whiten hit 9 home runs. Drove in what, Al? Mid-40s with RBIs, somewhere in there? Well, he's doubled both those figures. Tap to third for Royer. Gets the lead man. Pena turned it. No! According to the first base umpire, safe. Everybody started heading off the field. I started to add up the totals, but safe call was given and the inning continues.
43 RBIs for Whiten last year. Here you see the force out there. Pena didn't waste much time. He throws across and
looked like he got him.
Sure
there.
appeared that he got him, but it's been a long night for these umpires.
It really has.
And several pitchers.
Batter now is Jacob Brumfield. Strike one to Brumfield. Jacob in the second game is 2 out of 3 with a double and a single.
Toronto lost 11-7 in extra innings to Oakland, and Texas is leading 5-4 in the ninth over New York.
Brumfield lines to center. That'll do it for the first 7 innings. Game 2. Cardinals lead 12-2. A number of changes as we go into the 8th inning. 12-2 St. Louis. New pitcher into the game for Cincinnati is Rob Dibble, who pitched in the first game and was scheduled to be the loser except for that 2-run rally in the 9th inning.
Pasto moves from right field to third base.
I'll go in and play third base. Jack Doherty into the game playing right field. Couple of other changes. Here's Tewksbury leading off. He's on his way to his 16th win of the year. First pitch is strike, and the fans getting on Dibble. What did you learn about Rob Dibble? First pitch was a strike, and now a pitch outside.
Well, apparently between games he tore up the locker room. And once again, I must remind you, his ERA is at 5.20 now, but it's not his fault. It's all his mother's fault. She is Hungarian.
So you can say that. I can't say that.
That's why I said it for you.
2-1 to Tewksbury, 3-1.
Rob Dibble, 1-3. He's appearing in his 41st game. 19 saves and an ERA of 5.20 after taking a beating in the first game.
Tewksbury has walked 2 times in this game and scored a run. Struck out his last time, strikes out this time. All right. Bushing, while he was in there, just pitched a third of an inning. Anderson an inning and 2/3. The starter Lubers 5 innings.
7 runs were charged to Anderson.
Batter is Pena, and he looks at a strike. Rob Dibble, one of the classic hard-throwing closers. Pena deep to right field. Home run number 3 on the year for Geronimo. He takes Dibble deep, and it's 13-2.
Joe, you think if I told you the Cardinals were going to go score 26 runs in a doubleheader, you think they'd win both of them?
You know they won't, for a fact.
13 the first game, but it wasn't good enough as they lost 14-13. And Pena with this home run blast, no question about it. Deep into the green seats.
Now Lonnie Macklin facing Dibble. Looks at ball 1. Couldn't catch up, a ball and a strike. Lonnie Macklin made his major league debut in Cincinnati, Ohio, here tonight. Started both games. Has 1 hit. Head on the count, 2-1. And at this time, you could literally count the people here at this ballpark. 2-1 to Macklin, 3-1.
In the American League East, Baltimore, New York, and Toronto all lost.
To the shortstop, Ranson throws out Macklin. 2 out. Brian Dorsett has stayed in the game and is playing first base. Jack Doherty is in right, and Gary Varsho is playing left field. Here's Gilkey. Bernard Singleton scored on an infield hit. He scored from second base on a ball hit by Perry his last time up. Out of play, strike 1. Two out, nobody on, a run home, and a home run by Pena, and Gilkey now 0-2. Bernard hitting .309. Dibble has given up a run. In the first game, he did not retire a batter and gave up 3 runs. Gilkey strikes out, and that'll do it for the Cards in the top of the 8th inning. 1 run, 1 hit. A home run by Pena. Pena went deep, and here's how Dibble looks. Bottom of the 8th inning, 13-2 St. Louis. The 11th annual Lutheran Golf Benefit for children with learning and developmental disabilities will be held Monday, September 13th at Norwood Hills Country Club. Former St. Louis Cardinal Joe Cunningham will serve as honorary chairman for the 8th year. The entrance fee $225 and includes greens fees, carts, lunch, cocktails, and dinner. Make your check payable to the Lutheran Association for Special Education and mail it to David Moran, care of Lutheran Golf Benefit, 557 Winding Trail, St. Louis, Missouri, 63131. Base hit to left by Jack Doherty. You want more information on the Lutheran Golf Tournament? Call 314-268-1234. A worthy cause in that tournament coming up September 13th. Smoking Joe Cunningham. He's the honorary chairman.
He was my first manager in pro ball.
Really?
In Modesto, California.
Good man is Joe Cunningham. Sure he's tuned in tonight. Here's Varsho taking one outside, ball 1. Yeah. Gary's first at bat of this game. He entered in the first game.
How about Joe Cunningham? His son managed at Johnson City, Tennessee, and the Cardinal organization, was named Manager of the Year in that league.
And if I'm not mistaken, managed Mike Shannon's youngest son, Danny. It's all a weird, twisted, big circle. Varsho flies to left.
Not this
Lonnie
year.
Macklin. No. One out of the inning as Varsho flies to left.
And he's the bud man of Manhattan now, isn't he? Big
right.
time Manhattan, New York.
That is right. One away, runner at first, and the batter is Tim Costo. This guy is instant offense for the Reds when they play the Cardinals. 1 out of 3 in this game, 3 out of 3 in the first game. 1 on, 1 out. Costo couldn't hold up. Strike 1. Cardinals in the 9th inning will have Royer, Perry, and Whiten, who already has 10 RBIs in this game. Stay tuned for that at bat. Strike 2 on Costo. Costo singled his last time, struck out in the 3rd with 2 on, 2 out. Struck out looking. At the time, the score was 4-2 Cardinals. And Costo grounded out to end the 1st inning. 0-2 pitch. At Cromer. Caught it on the line and can get only that 1 out. Had he short hopped it, would have had a shot at a double play, but what the heck, take the out. The Cardinals lead by 11.
Their first big league start, I think you want to make sure you do everything proper.
I don't think he wants to get too tricky.
No.
Batter is Samuel. Samuel has had a nice night offensively. He hit a 3-run home run in the first game. In this game, he is hitless. Later in that first game, an RBI double. He's driven in 4 runs tonight. 0-1 pitch from Tewksbury. Breaking ball. Didn't mean to do it. Strike 2. Tewksbury trying for the complete game.
You know, he's just tired enough now that he's got that breaking ball where he can almost just flip it at will. This is the type of game that the Cardinals allow their starters to get complete games. Tewksbury looking for complete game number 2.
0-2 pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Tewksbury trying to get Samuel. Trying to pitch around the leadoff hit by Doherty. He got him. 3rd strikeout of the game for Tewksbury after 8 in Cincinnati. 10 RBIs by Whiten. Cards lead by 11. Time for another great moment in Cardinal history. The date, see if you can think back. September 7th, 1993. Mark Whiten hit 3 home runs in game 2 of a doubleheader in Cincinnati, driving in 10 runs. And then do you remember what happened the rest of that season? The Cards went undefeated and they won the National League East.
The odds makers in Las Vegas are going crazy right now.
Great moments in Cardinal history brought to you by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. We can have fun tonight. Second game of a doubleheader, a long night of baseball, but it's worth it. We may see history here tonight. Whiten will be up 3rd in the inning. Royer leads it off, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Did you get that? Because, see, that was actually tonight's game. That wasn't in the past. That was tonight. Did you get that?
Tonight is almost in the past.
Royer strikes out looking. You're right. Eastern time, we're 4 minutes away on the scoreboard clock from midnight. Royer batting for the first time in this game, replaces Zeal. Strikes out, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Dibble. Batter is Perry. It's going to take Perry to get on base if Whiten wants to tie the all-time Major League lead for RBIs. Well, he's on. That brings up Whiten. Although he misstated it. It's actually 12 RBIs for the high in a game, and a standing ovation from the people here at Riverfront.
Well, let me give you a little bit more about Mark Whiten. It's the first 3-homer game since Reggie Smith did it for the Cardinals in '76. The first 10 RBI game in the Major League since Fred Lynn of Boston in 1975 at Detroit, and the most by a Cardinal since Jim Bottomley's club record of 12 RBIs in 1924.
So he could tie the club record here with a long one. Runner at first, 1 out. First thing is Dibble has to get the ball over the plate to him. Come on, Mark. 2-0, and Dibble talking to himself, trying to throw strikes, can't do it yet.
You know, I was trying to think. I didn't think that 12 was the major league. I think it's something like 15 runs in a game, but I'm not sure either.
Runner at first, 1 out, 2-0 to Whiten. Into center field! Did he? Yes! His 4th home run of the game. He has 12 RBIs. 15-2. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. A grand slam, 2 3-run home runs, and a 2-run shot. Unbelievable. And he does it against Dibble here in the 9th.
And look at it, almost looks like it's a defensive swing out reaching, but this time he has a little better velocity to supply some of the distance for him. Loves to get extended. Look at it, almost off the end of the bat. I'd like to be Pagnazzi all night. He keeps on following Dibble.
He follows Whiten. Nobody even knows he's at the plate right now. The 0-1 to Pagnazzi. Nobody's even watching him. Everybody looking in the dugout. That is unbelievable.
I mean, Pagnazzi could get drilled right now and nobody in the Cardinal dugout would even know it.
Nice play by the cameraman down by the Cardinal dugout. What a night. This has all been worth it.
Oh, sure it has. Unbelievable. Look at
a curtain call in Cincinnati.
Well, what does Cleveland say now, Joe?
Pagnazzi struck out, 2 out.
And you know, Mark, I mean, that's about as much an expression as you ever see from him.
Can you believe that?
I'd like to see it more often. And so would he.
Especially to come up in the 9th inning. He's already hit 3 home runs. He's facing Dibble. I'm just in awe. Two out, nobody on, and Cromer gives us a souvenir almost. Strike 2.
Cromer was warning him. If you do that again, I'm going to have to show you I can do it too.
Wow. Wow, wow. 0-2 to Cromer. Tripp strikes out again. Cromer struck out 3 times in this game and is 0 for 5. Mark Whiten has hit 4 home runs. Can't get over this. Into the bottom of the 9th inning, Cardinals lead by 13. Mark Whiten is the first St. Louis Cardinal ever to hit 4 home runs in a game, and he has tied the Major League record of 12 runs batted in a game on this swing against Dibble.
Out away from him, he loves to get his arms extended. It almost looked like it was too far off the end of the bat, but what can you say about this performance by Mark Whiten?
Wow.
I mean, unbelievable. 4 home runs, 12 RBIs in this game. And he had 1 more RBI on a bases-loaded walk, 13 on the day.
Meanwhile, Tewksbury's going for his 16th victory, trying for his 2nd complete game.
I think he's going to make it.
I think he's got a shot at it. 1-1 the count. This night is totally worthwhile now. It's been a long night of baseball. First game started at 5:30. It's now
in a minute. I'm going to tell you how long it's been.
The 1-2, and Wilson strikes out. First out, and Tewksbury strikes out his 4th batter. Mark Whiten is the first player in the big leagues to hit 4 home runs in a game since Bob Horner did it, obviously for the Braves in 1976.
And I want to, maybe it was when he had 3 home runs a game. Either the 3 or the 4 home run game for Horner was in a losing cause.
Oh, yeah. Well, earlier this season in the American League, Joe Carter had a 3 home run game. Branson pops up to short for Cromer, 2 out.
Joe, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about how long this game has been. There have been 20 pitchers used in the doubleheader, 44 runs have scored, 55 hits, 20 walks allowed, and 8 home runs, 4 of them off the bat of Mark Whiten. And this scouting report is brought to you by your Chrysler Corporation and your neighborhood Dodge, Jeep Eagle, and Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Reds are down to their final out. It's Brian Dorsett at the plate. And strike 1. Tewksbury pumping strikes. He doesn't want anybody else to head to the mound for the rest of the night. Tewksbury trying for the complete game. It would be his 2nd of the year. He is 2 strikes away from his 16th win of the year. Now he's 1 strike away. Cardinals leading, bottom of the 9th inning, 15-2.
Kind of hard to pick who the star of the game is this. Wago is, huh? Who would you say?
Lonnie Macklin had a good sacrifice fly to score Tewksbury. To Cromer. Game over. Thanks for being a part of history here tonight with us. Mark Whiten. That's about as much emotion as he has shown in a Cardinal uniform. Finding back the smiles. He hits 4 home runs. Drives in 12 runs. Cardinals win behind Tewksbury 15-2. We'll wrap it up in a moment.